Hey everyone, welcome to Nerding.io. I'm JD, and today what we're going to go through is how you can build an MCP n8n workflow. And what that means is you can actually use MCP to connect to your n8n workflows, list them, search them, and execute them. We're also going to look at how they can pipe all of this through what's called a Supergateway. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at a blog post from n8n, and specifically this is creating an MCP server that will expose your n8n workflows. And I thought this was super interesting. So not only can you work within an MCP server on n8n through their native nodes, but you can also actually use it in Claude or Cursor or in your other AI applications and executions. So that's what we're going to take a look at and build today. All right, so let's dive into this workflow. So the cool thing about this is it gives you an entire pipeline for multiple different things. You have your MCP server that you can trigger, which we're going to look at. You have a workflow that will actually do the execution and go and look for any other workflows. And then you actually have a way to test right in the in this workflow. So you can pretty much do everything all in one template. We're going to kind of see how you can extend it and build it. But there's also like some really good instructions. Make sure you zoom in to read and how to use this. They do talk about how you can integrate with Claude, so we're going to go through and put that together as well. We're going to take a look at how you can put it into Cursor, and we're going to look at the things that kind of power this. So the first thing is to build your MCP server. Basically, you just need exactly that, just an MCP server that you can pull from over here. You can just do MCP, and then you have a server trigger. So what this is going to do is it's going to make an SSE or streamable server. This allows you to then put out whatever tools that you want. There's no way to do like resources or prompts, but tools are the most widely used anyways, so it's super cool that you can actually test this workflow. In order to actually test it, it's very similar to like if you worked with any of the webhook solutions or things like that. You have a test URL, and when you activate the test, it means that this URL is now waiting for events to happen. So you could actually go and fire off an event to this SSE, and then you would see the event in order to pin it so that you could have something if you wanted. I don't know if there's a way to pin here, but you could at least see the events coming through. The other thing is that you basically have a test URL and a production URL. Really the only difference is this dash test, and the path, this variable is basically in your URI right there. Other cool things is you can add authentication. So if you need to make sure that this is a little bit more secure, you can have barrier auth or header auth, which is great. We're just going to leave it open so that we can just hit it and see what this is actually doing. So if you, some other things to note that you're going to have to do in order to wire this up, you actually have to create an MCP API key. And so the way to do that is you can just come in here and you have to paste your key, and then follow the base URL. So in order to do that, you need to go over to your n8n API, and then you can actually see this API key. So you can go ahead and create another one. So now that we know, actually, the other thing you're going to have to do is this actually uses Redis for memory. And so you need to go ahead and create a Redis account with a new credential here. You can actually get a free Redis account right out of the box. So I would just go to like redis.io and set up a Redis account for free, and then you can put in your credentials. So this is the workflow that we'll actually be executing. And then we're actually going to look at how this chat works and see if we can get this up and running. So here is our expression or our prompt, right? And so there are two good key things to notice. You have this here, only look for active workflows with the list workflows tool, and then you have the ability to execute those workflows as well. And that's really it. It's a prompt that is going to look at your SSE key endpoint. And then if there's authentication here, like we talked about, we can send it, and then we're going to give access to all tools. You can also do things like select a tools or accept all tools. So this is used for primarily testing or integrating. So again, you could put this anywhere in your application. I used it for testing, but then I also wanted to connect it to the server. And if you look here, what this is doing is it's actually pulling the information from n8n out of your workflow ID. And in order to do that, it's actually executing this other workflow, right? So it's looking to see which operation you're actually trying to do. So these operations map to the tools that are over on the server. And then based on that, it's actually going and calling out. So we're not hitting, it's important to know that we are not hitting the n8n API directly from these tools. What we're doing is we're actually hitting a workflow that's going out and then hitting the API. So what's happening in these APIs is it's basically looking for workflows or executing particular type of workflows. And they're specifically looking for tags that have the tag MCP. So that means that any workflow that is tagged right up here, like this one, with MCP will actually be identifiable to this particular flow. So this is another way of just kind of like gating your API so that, let's say you wanted to hand this out to another application, you could actually say that nerding.io is the tag, and all of those are the workflows that are exposed to that particular application, as opposed to giving access to literally everything in your n8n. You're kind of gating what information is available. So now that we know we can actually look at these workflows, we can actually execute these workflows, we know kind of what they're doing, how they're getting information, we're going to test it. But let's just go through testing the list tools, and we'll just list workflows, and we'll see what's happening, and we'll go back and look at an execute. So what workflows do I do? And as you can see, we're going through and we're executing, and it's finding that we only have one workflow, and that is the MCP server with Google Calendar and custom functions. And that's because I wired that particular MCP server up so that I could actually go find it. So if we look over here, just click save, we can see that both of these are tagged with MCP. I'm actually in this workflow, so it can see this other workflow. Again, if you haven't used tags, all you have to do is come up here and you can just type it in. So now let's go back to our workflow. So we saw that we can actually list whatever workflows, and now we want to see what's actually happening when we execute that workflow. So when we tell it to execute that workflow, again, we're coming through this operations. We're going to take all of the information that we put in, convert it to JSON, see if the workflow is available, pass all of those parameters, and then actually dynamically execute this workflow. So if we look here, when executed by another workflow, we're passing the ID from our source into the workflow of IDs and picking the first one. And that's what will actually execute the tool. All right, so one of the other things that's super interesting is that you can wire this up to Claude. and things like Cursor. So if you go to this URL, it'll take you to the server trigger node, and it just kind of gives you all the parameters. But what it specifically calls out is down here, this integrating with Claude Desktop. So what this is actually doing is you can actually take this piece and it'll let you run this command and spin up. So with Supergateway, it's actually an open source solution. And what this does is it allows you to run standard in, standard out based servers over SSE or over WebSockets. One of the problems that I've seen in the community is that people are trying to install their MCP servers directly onto their host server. So it could be where they're actually building their code. It could be the server where they're actually hosting n8n. It actually adds like a layer of complexity. It doesn't really scale well, and it's a pretty big security problem. And so what I did is I actually reached out to Supercorp, and they have this paid solution called Super Machine. And this allows you to actually host your own MCP servers. So they have up to 4,000 MCP servers that you can choose from, and they have multiple plans where you can get between 20 and 100 MCP servers. Right now they're actually offering a 50% off coupon with Nerding.io. And so if this is something you're interested in, you should definitely check them out. It's super easy to get started with creating a new MCP server. So all you have to do is like one click, maybe more than one, but you can come in here and you can basically pick any of these servers. There's over 4,000 servers, and all it is to go ahead and create an MCP server is pick the MCP. It's actually going to go pull the GitHub files. It does dynamic setup, so every single time it knows exactly what it needs to pull in. And then as soon as it's ready to go, you now have an SSE server that you can hit automatically. I'm actually going to have a follow-up video to show how I actually use Super Machine with all of my local development as well as things in production. But there you go. Now you have a MCP server ready to go with a few simple clicks. Again, look for the coupon code. It's 50% off. Highly recommend checking them out. So let's get back to the n8n flow. So now that we actually know how we can hit this with our Claude server, or with Claude, we're actually going to go and take this command and we're going to connect directly to Claude. Again, I don't have a header, so I don't need this piece. I'm just going to go ahead and take this piece. So now what I can do is I can just say, what n8n workflows do I have available before, and go ahead and hit that. And so now you can see that it's actually running. It's coming back with the tools that I actually have. It's letting me know what custom calendar function tools I have. It's telling me what the payload can be, and would we like to execute it. This is going to probably fail just because I don't have this workflow set up. But let's just see how the MCP actually goes through. So it can tell us more about the function and things like that. But what we're going to do now too is just show how we can actually connect this into Cursor as well. So that means that I could be working using Cursor, execute a workflow, and have it pull back information in while I'm actually building and programming at the same time. So if I needed to go find and scrape and pull back workflow information, I can actually do that from Cursor. So again, all we have to do is come into our Cursor settings. You can see all the other tools I have, and I'm creating this n8n. All you have to do is edit. Same as we would do with Claude. We just put it in our JSON, and again, we're using Supergateway. This is the SSE that we're going to hit, and we'll try and see how this works. So what n8n workflows do I have available? So it knows that it has to go out. It knows it has these particular MCP tools. Again, coming back, look at that. It's pulling back the actual tool and function ID. And again, now from here, we could actually execute our workflow and actually use it while we're developing. So again, super awesome. I'm like loving Supergateway and Supermachine, and I thought this was crazy cool to be able to execute n8n workflows directly from Cursor. And so now that we have all of this put together, again, we can actually execute these workflows. We can add new workflows. We can remove workflows and search the workflows like we just did. All right, everyone. That's it for us today. What we went through is an n8n MCP server that allows you to look at your n8n workflows, execute them in both Claude and Cursor. And with that, happy nerding.